This weekend, I am going to tell you the proven secrets of how to live a thrilling life, no matter your circumstances. You can live a thrilling life, no matter what bad things have happened to you. You can make wise choices and be a good girl and have fun in a world where having morals is not cool. I am living proof that that is possible. I was able to keep my morals throughout middle school, throughout high school, and throughout 16 years in Hollywood. If I can do it there around a lot of cute bad boys, then you can do it here in Corpus Christi or wherever God leads you. You can do it. This evening, I'm going to give you 3 words and 2 formulas. Look and reach. I want you to remember those words this whole weekend. We're going to learn to look and reach. And if you learn this formula that we're going to go through, tonight we're going to study the look, which is the 3 words, look, love, and reach. But the word for tonight is look. We're going to look back, look in, and look onward to see what we can do with our life that we've lived thus far. Your life is a movie. It is a movie. You know, Rick Warren wrote a book called Purpose-Driven Life. Has anybody ever read that book? Yeah, 10 million copies. That is a lot of copies. Well, in that book, he says life is a test. I agree with that. I think that's great, and it's a great way to look at it every time temptation comes your way, rejection, heartache, whenever a trial comes your way. It's great to realize that, hey, this is a test. Am I going to make the wrong choice or the right choice right now? Life is a test. Well, I look at life as a movie. It's an epic film. You know, it's just a matter to us how it's going to play out. We can't help everything that happens to us, but we can help how it's going to play out. Will your life be a heart-stopping, awe-inspiring action-adventure? Or will it be a tear-jerking, heartbreaking tragedy with a horrible ending? That's going to be your choice. We can't control what other people do to us or say to us, but we can control our reaction to what other people do to us. And you know what else you can't control? You can't control your mistakes from the past. They're in the past. But you can control what you do from this day forward. Here are some titles of some movies that you just love. What are some awe-inspiring movies? Okay, we'll do it by section. Over here, give me a movie. Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, let me hear one over here. Hannah Montana. Okay, let me hear. Did I hear a Twilight? Or a New Moon? Do we have any Taylor Lautner fans here? A few. Which one? Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid. Yes, that has a happy ending. Come on. There are so many fabulous movies out there. But don't you want your movie to be exciting? And you know what? Every movie has ups and downs. And frankly, wouldn't it be boring if everything was just, oh, so wonderful, so happy, no problems? I mean, even the Disney movies, there's always some mean, sinister character that is... Oh, Phineas and Ferb. I actually like Phineas and Ferb. Am I allowed to? My kids love that show. About this is a lot of fun. My movie, I would title From Hollywood to Ever After. And that is what my life has been. You know, when I was a little girl, I had 2 dreams. The first was to get married, have kids, and live happily ever after. Can anybody relate? I wanted the fairy tale. But I had another dream. My other dream was to get famous. You see, I was sure that God had great plans for my life. I was going to change the world, and I figured I had to be famous for that to happen. The problem was, that was very good, by the way. The problem was, I was extremely shy and very insecure. And it's kind of hard to be famous if you're afraid of everybody, you know? So I was terrified. Can anybody relate to this? I was terrified of rejection, confrontation, or any kind of conflict. So I became the next best thing. Can anybody guess what I became? A people pleaser. I was always boy crazy. Yeah, I love the boys. I was ready for a husband at age 5. I was. Decades passed without a husband. But I held out. I knew that God has a plan. We don't know the future, but God always has a plan. My second tragedy happened in high school. Now, this second tragedy did not leave me the scar my burn did, not the physical sense. I did not have to have the 3 constructive surgeries that the burn did. But you know what? This one devastated me. I thought it was the end of my life. You see, I, since 10th grade, had always been a cheerleader. Do we have any cheerleaders in the room? Do we have any drill team? Yay! Let me hear some schools. What school? Oh my goodness, do we have some team spirit? Okay. Oh my goodness, we are represented all over. Well, I had been a Charger and a Road Runner and a Mariners from 2nd all the way up till 10th grade. I was a cheerleader. And then came the tryouts for the varsity. And I didn't make it. My identity, what would I do? Now, as adults, we can sit there and go, please, that was no big deal. But to me, my world ended. Who was I if I wasn't going to be a cheerleader? But here's the neat thing about God. Because I didn't make it as a cheerleader, and believe me, I threw a big pity party. My poor mother, I had the pity party to end all pity parties. But I had 2 class periods that I had to fill now. I didn't have the PE that I used to have as a cheerleader, and I didn't have the cheerleading class. And because I found out late in the season, I had to pick what was ever there. I picked journalism for the yearbook, and I picked radio television. Those 2 classes determined my future. We don't know the future, but God does. In the midst of my personal devastation of not making cheerleader, I chose my destiny and my entire future by 2 classes I just happened to fall into. Those classes determined my major in college. I had so much fun in them. I got my degree in journalism, and I got my minor in speech, and I also decided to pursue Hollywood behind the scenes. Throughout your life, you will have disappointment. You will have letdowns. It will seem perhaps that your world is ending. But when God closes a door, He always opens a window.